This podcast is dedicated to all of our friends, our family, and the band Tancred. We especially want to thank those who helped make the creation of this show possible. Thank you for listening to our ideas, providing your laughter and encouragement, as well as your creative contributions along the way. While the last few months have definitely been some weird ones, we hope this podcast brings a smile to your face at least once. We love you all so much and are so grateful that you have entered our lives through one means or another. This podcast is dedicated to you.
I remember touching down. I remember the smell and the sound. White flowers in the parking lot. With you, I remember quite a lot.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi everyone, it's the Single Girls here, and welcome to the pilot episode of our podcast. Yay!
Hi everyone, I'm Sylwia. I'm 23. I'm from Chicago, and I just graduated from Northwestern last year. I'm known for being the tall one of the group, and I'm known for my obsession with White Claw and beer pong. I'm also the producer of this podcast.
Hey everyone, my name is Elizabeth. I'm 22. I'm from Chicago. I'm the shortest one of the group here. One thing about me is that I have an obsession for all things music. I'm the drummer of my rock band, Los Walking Cherries. And for this podcast, I am in charge of talent recruitment.
Hi, my name is Natalie, and I'm 23 years old. I'm from Chicago. Currently, I go to grad school. You can find me booking spontaneous vacations, and I'm in charge of the social media and marketing for the podcast.
Here on the show, we discuss all topics and issues relevant to single guys and single girls everywhere. Just as a disclaimer, all names and places used during the telling of this podcast have been changed. This is the story of my good friend James and his friend Paula. Paula and James have been very good friends in college for a few months now, and over time, James has started to develop feelings for her. This is his story. Hi, James. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for having me here.
Awesome. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great.
Well, for those of you listening, James is my very, very good friend.
Only two varies.
We both went to school together. So yeah, I've known him for quite a while.
I also went to school with her sister. It was a fun time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, yeah, good stuff. But James, did you just want to give us like a quick summary, I guess, on like an introduction to yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is James. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Los Angeles, California.
James went to Houston to spend spring break with Paula and her family after she invited him when school had been shut down due to quarantine. The day before James had the DTR conversation with Paula, he decided to call up Paula's mom on the phone first.
I also called her mom before I called her. I asked her mom if I can ask her daughter. That was so much fun.
Oh, that's really classy.
Oh, thanks. I expected a short conversation with the mom, but I called her, and then 40 minutes in, I was like, oh, yeah, I called you. Because, your daughter's fun. I wouldn't mind, spending the rest of my life with her or something.
Wait, this was before you even told her how you feel?
Yeah, so it's yeah, what do you think about me and your daughter?
You guys were fully friends, and you called her mom?
Yeah, so this was after I spent a week in Houston with them.
Wow. I mean,
you spent the week. You spent the week in Houston friends, and then after you left, that's when you decided you wanted to step it up?
Yeah, so before quarantine, we just started working out together. We studied together to the wee hours of the morning. I just got really used to being around her. And then I was a week with her and her family. Absolutely adore her family. Because, when you date the person, you just don't just date them, you date their family too. I'm like, oh, wow, they're really fun. So, yeah, then I asked mom. So, I asked her, said everything.
Wait, and what did the mom say? But what did the mom say?
Oh, the mom was like, James, you know as well as I do that she doesn't listen to anything I say, so I've got no bearing on anything. I'm like, I know,
Got
but
it.
you're not opposed to it, is what I'm asking. And she's like,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, no, I'm not opposed to anything. You're a great person, blah, blah, blah. I enjoyed spending time with you.
James decided to have the DTR conversation with Paula when she confided in him that she had just downloaded Hinge.
Paula was like, I think I'm going to download Hinge. I'm tired of being single.
Oh.
Ooh.
Pressure's on.
Yeah, honestly, clock is ticking.
So, yeah, I called her up, told her how I feel. I said I didn't
Oh, you
want to
talked to her
hear.
on the phone.
You guys spent a week in her like childhood hometown and nothing came of that.
Yes. Oh, so we spent. You asked what we did. This is also what we did. We watched a lot of movies. We also watched the entirety of Love is Blind. A lot about relationships and what we're looking for.
Oh, goodness.
And that didn't
She-
come up during
That's
that.
heavy.
No, because I think about these things all the time. I have, I have a definition of what love is, of like what my partner should be, or not, like the wanting to grow and all this other stuff. She would say stuff really very
It didn't match what you...
fun, and no, I led it on a lot. It's like, well, what do you mean by this?
Mhm.
She didn't know what she meant.
Wow, and it didn't come up then. That's crazy
Oh,
to
that's
me.
interesting.
I have two
like that.
questions for you.
Okay,
Two
shoot.
questions. Who invited who to Houston? Like, did you say, "Oh, I should
Yeah.
come visit," or did she say,
That's a
"Come
good
to my
question.
house"?
We have spring break, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like the Friday or Thursday, they're like, well, we're going to be online for a week. So you're going to have a second spring break, and then we're going to go online. So we had an extra week. So in the group chat with Jennifer and Paula, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go back to South Bend. I already have my ticket to go to Chicago. I'll just catch a train back. To which Jennifer was like, oh, you should come to Texas. And Paula's like, yeah, come to Houston. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you willing to host me for like a week? And then they're like, yes, of course. So then I went down to Houston.
Got
They
it.
So
both
it was
live in
only
Texas.
you. It was only you and Paula, no Jennifer, or was Jennifer there?
So Jennifer lives way, way, way down south on the very tip of Texas.
Okay, and my second question is, when you were watching all these movies with her, and you were talking about all this, like, was there no romantic like vibes at all? Like, when
On
you
my
it was
end
just
or her
only
end?
you,
Like both.
both.
Like
Both
how
what you think and
close
what
to
you
each other were
suspect.
you sitting on the couch? Like how did that not come up?
So I believe for Love is Blind, it's kind of like an L-shaped couch. We're sitting at the corner. We watched Pirates of the Caribbean. The entire time I was brushing her hair.
But James, you've kind of done that with me before.
Exactly. So what does that
So
mean?
that's
I don't know.
ambiguous. Yeah.
I just like brushing people's hair.
James is just a very affectionate person like that.
I do.
Like he scratches my hair very good. No, he was like going like this one time. Just like scratching the back of my head. It felt very good. I mean, it felt like a cat.
So she didn't know the difference between just like
A friend
Oh
scratch?
yeah,
and romantic.
I've done that plenty of
because
times
that's
with
how you
her.
act with everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, but she
Exactly.
kept kind of like cozying up to me as I was doing it. Does
And
that
nothing
make
came up then.
No, I'm rather patient. Also, I don't have a job yet. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I applied to a lot of places in Houston. That's another thing we did in Houston. We just drove around. She's like, oh, James, this seems like an electrical engineering place. You can apply there. You can apply there. She's always been very enthusiastic. Like, James, you should come to Houston.
So tell us about the night out you spent together before quarantine.
We went out. Paula, I, Henri, Jesus, just friends. Okay, cool. But I was at the DD, so I was driving everyone around. I love driving. It's so much fun. So I wasn't drinking at all. But Paula, she likes drinking a lot. So she drank a lot. We went to Five Guys. After we went to Brothers. It's a bar in South Bend.
Mm-hmm.
And walking over there, because, she's a very touchy-feeling, I'm dancing with everyone type of person, which is fine. When we were walking to Five Guys, she kept saying, I need help when I get back. I have to make sure I get back to my apartment. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to make sure you get back to your apartment. It's fine. It's like, okay. We were walking, it was just across the street, like 20 feet. She's like, James, carry me. And she quite literally jumps to my arms.
Oh, goodness. Wait, where was this? Was this on Eddy Street?
Yeah, like 5 feet out of Brothers. We haven't made it to the street part yet. She just jumps into my arms. I'm like, okay, hi.
And what?
So she jumps into my arms. I have no idea what she's saying. She kisses me on the cheek. She's like, oh, thanks for carrying me. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
I was going to let you fall.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we go to Five Guys. She's still very dancey, but she's very slow dancing at the moment. So she's trying to slow dance with me, which I'm like, you're very drunk. Don't fall over. I'm basically holding her up.
Mm-hmm.
But the entire time going in line, and as we're eating food, she's like, James, you're going to come home with me. I'm like, I'm going to make sure you get into your bed. Then I live across the parking lot. It's very feasible. I can sleep in my own bed.
Yeah.
But she was very insistent. It's like, no, don't leave me. I'm like, well, okay, let me drop off the car at Andy's. She's really drunk. I'm like, I'm not. Probably we're great friends. But you're really drunk. This does not look good because I haven't drunk anything.
Yeah, totally.
Text my friends like, I think I'm just going to spend the night. I'm going to go sleep on the couch. So yeah, got her water. I went to go sleep. In the morning, she had to wake up early. She seemed fine. She was very insistent. Like, no, James, sleep next to me. I'm like, no, I don't think I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, did I have romantic feelings about her? No, I felt more like a parent, if anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's older than me. She's a month older than me. She
Whoa.
can take care of herself a whole month. But I wasn't giving her the reaction she wanted. Maybe that's why she was... Because I was like, you're doing the same thing that you used to make fun of the other one. So I was just really confused. She just wasn't acting like herself. Anyway, yeah, so all that happened. And then we started working out together, blah, blah, blah. All the great time. And then she's the one who said, you should come to Houston. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. I feel like I'm intruding everything else. And she's like, no, you should come to Houston. It's going to be a fun time. I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, absolutely. I'll go pick you up from the airport. I'm like resisting. I'm like, it seems like you have feelings for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you don't.
Wait, how do you know that she doesn't? Just because of her personality?
Oh, so we talk about what she looks for in relationships all the time.
Got it.
AKA tall, dark, and handsome. And a good dancer. I'm not any of those.
James, you're tall and you're a good dancer.
But you thought behind her actions there was some truth.
Oh yeah, the way she was
dependent, and you were
acting.
like, oh, she's acting like this because that was my type before.
Yeah, but I wasn't giving in. She was I felt like she wanted to make advances and stuff, and I was just stopping her. Mainly because she was really drunk, and it's like that. If you were sober, maybe, but
also she picked you up from the airport sober, and she took you to her house sober. It was a drunk thought you should have come to Houston, but those were sober actions. When she actually picked you up and took you to her house.
She didn't say that when she was drunk. She said that. So that was the week before spring break. She said that during spring break when we found out.
Go into when you told her your feelings about her and her reaction.
Yeah, word from word. Where were you? What did you say? What was her reaction? What was she wearing? How did she smell?
So I slept over at my friend Andy's house.
In Indiana?
In South Bend, yeah. And then I was walking back to my apartment. So I just left the door. That's when I called her mother. It was a Saturday. So I called her mother. Then I called her. We were just catching up. We were continuing our conversation we had a few days before about her ex, who wasn't the greatest, and how she kind of conformed to what he wanted, and she just wanted someone who liked her for who she is, blah, blah, blah. So then I went on to explain, well, it seems like the more I hang out with you, the more I want to spend more time with you. That was the basis of it. Basis of it, explained a little bit more, blah, blah, blah. It's all really cute. Well, no, I kept it in the third person. It's like, yeah, I've got these feelings with someone. Explained the whole thing. It's like, oh, well, who's that? I'm like, it's you. She's just like, oh, yeah, I had no idea. I'm like,
What?
She had an idea.
He knew.
okay.
Definitely.
She knew.
What,
We will
me?
tell you.
What?
We
He
are
knew
three
exactly
single girls.
what he was doing.
100%.
Anyway. So before she could say anything, it's like, I don't want an answer right now. If you do say yes, I want to make sure you're all in. I don't want to be like pity dated or anything.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a gasher, 100% yeah. It's like a 87. I was like, no, you can wait. Or you can take your time. Like, whatever. It's like, or if you want me to forget everything, we can still be friends, like nothing happened. Or if you never want to talk to me, just don't pity date me. I don't want any of this pity stuff.
Yeah.
Told her to take her time. It's like, if I hear back in 10 minutes, cool. If I hear back in 10 days, that's also fine. I want you to take your time to think about it, because once again, it's 87%. No, it's 100%. I just want. Well, I took like anything above a 92% because that's like an A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So yeah, she kept repeating, like, I had no idea. Thanks for telling me. Let's be really brave and whatnot. And then the next day, I rolled up a whole bunch of standards for myself because I didn't really have any.
Wait, but so what did she tell you though? Just that she was surprised, but that she wasn't really feeling it?
Well, no, she doesn't give an answer yet. I said, don't give me an answer today.
Oh.
Go think about it.
Got it.
Go think. So I sent her away.
You clicked on her.
So yeah, we talked for a couple hours, and then I eventually hung up. So that was Sunday. And then we talked on Monday. She didn't have an answer. I also didn't bring it up. We also talked on Tuesday. And then we were talking, and all of a sudden she just stopped talking. And she's like, James, big eyes starting to tear up. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I got you.
Was this over FaceTime or something?
Yeah, it was over FaceTime. So, I cleared my throat. I'm like, Paula, you're a great friend. I enjoy your friendship. But I don't think any of this could work out. So I just kept it going. I basically told her everything, how it wasn't going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And she started crying. It's like, James, you're a great friend, all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, she didn't have to say anything because I said it for her.
Got it.
Wait, why did you say it for her?
Why didn't you?
Because I already knew what she was going to say. But if I say it,
You feel better.
and I'm not the one crying, because she started crying, I'm like, why are you crying? It's my heart that's breaking.
James.
But why did you think she was gonna say no? Like,
Because
why?
I know she just said my name. She was like, James, and then a long pause, tears in her eyes. Is like, it's okay. I'll do this for you so you don't have to.
Well, that's nice of you.
And I feel like if it wasn't like an enthusiastic yes from the beginning, then like what's the point?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that too. I mean, I can understand, I didn't want an answer that same day. Yeah, it's taking the days, like, call up your friends, like, oh, wow, you asked me, you finally accepted or something. Yeah, if it wasn't the 100% from the get-go, I'm not going to try to convince you that I'm
I
worth
think
it.
girls know like
I don't know.
No, they definitely know. Like, if you want to be with somebody, you will tell them right away.
I
Like,
think
if
you
you have
know.
to think about it, then you're thinking about how to say no.
I think you know, but sometimes it's hard
Ooh,
for you to admit it to yourself. But that's just from my experience.
I don't know, in my experience, I feel like it's me taking time to tell you how do I say no nicely.
Yeah, that's my experience too. Like, I feel bad, but like, I knew the second that I met you, or like that those feelings were expressed, that it was just no.
Tough times.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, Elizabeth, you should ask Paula how I broke up with her.
Yeah, her side of the story.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Because I get really sentimental and sweet, but I hate repeating what I say.
Well, you do a very good
So-
job of it.
No, we talked for a long time. Basically, just the same sentiment, but just longer. She probably remembered more of what I said than I remember more of what I said.
Paula had said yes, like you would have dated her straight on, like
Yeah,
going
that's
back
a
into
good
the
point.
situation.
That's a
What
good
if she said yes? What would you have done?
It's like when I first called her and she said yes.
Yeah.
So I thought about that a lot Sunday when I was making my standards and everything. I don't think our relationship would have really changed.
Like the dynamic wouldn't have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, we
can see that.
might just talk longer on the phone. Because we basically talk every day or every other day as it is. Yeah?
No, I feel like
We
it
already
was
talked about our
just
futures and everything
that
else.
relationship.
I think the topics would have changed. Maybe you would have still
Yeah.
talked on the phone every single day.
Topics in terms of what? We already talked about children and
But
careers
As
and
their
friends.
own respective lives, but you would start
That's true.
talking about like that kind
Together.
the togetherness.
yeah, which is completely different
Just a little bit.
and completely.
Just a little bit.
I just want to know how you got a no, considering you have been talking as friends about children.
You don't talk about children with your friends?
Uh-uh.
No, like not with a guy friend.
Not with
You
my
don't just-
guy friends.
I guess it just depends on the personality. On the person.
I don't know. I don't like. I feel
Anyway.
like this is a relationship topic. This isn't a friend topic about just like
Yeah.
bringing up kids. This is like a serious
Or like
topic.
even what you're looking for in a
Yeah.
relationship. Like when you guys are
That
watching Love
You
is
don't talk
Blind.
about that with your friends?
definitely not.
Mm-mm.
Do you talk about that with every single friend or just that one friend?
No, with like all my friends. I've talked about that with that one right there.
Wait, can you repeat that?
I'm talking about you.
But what about that we talk about what now?
Your type, who you're looking for, long-term relationship, all that stuff, and all of your little flings but aren't flings, but you want,
Oh my
but at the same time you're not into him, and stuff like that.
Not, I mean,
Okay, not as deep as
yeah,
maybe-
not as deep. Like, we've touched upon it, but not, like, actively talked about it. I usually change the subject.
So imagine if you don't change the subject.
Fair point.
It's like how the subject's still there. It's just the depth of it.
Yeah.
I feel like if
Okay.
the girl wasn't feeling that way towards you, she would have changed the subject.
I mean,
I think
maybe
so
I
too.
could.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, because I would never talk about that stuff with a guy friend.
I don't even
Me
talk about
neither.
that stuff with, like, female friends.
Not even
I
your
think-
sister.
No, especially
No,
not.
I
Oh, okay.
think something had to have happened between that she had to say no, because the signs and like with what she said do not match up.
Well, I disagree, because I feel like sometimes, like, yeah, definitely, like, the signs are there, but I just feel like it's really different to, like, have, like, warm, fuzzy feelings for someone, but to actually commit to trying to make a relationship work. Like, I feel like,
When it was like actually real, it was
yeah, like, those are
different.
very different. Like, I've definitely had experiences where, like, the warm, fuzzy feelings are there, but at the end of the day, which is why it was a hard decision for her. You're just like, I can't. Like, I can't do this.
So, she did download Hinge the night before. She was up late. So when I called her, I actually woke her up. So that was around 3 o'clock my time, so 2 o'clock her time. On Tuesday, that's what we talked about after I broke her heart, was, what are your plans for the weekend? She had you froze. She had a Hinge date with this CrossFit guy. He's really nice. Yeah.
With who?
Some guy she met on Hinge.
Oh, okay.
Who does CrossFit?
He does CrossFit.
How'd that work out for her?
Oh, they've been dating for just over a month now.
Oh gosh, I did not see that
And
coming.
she
Oh.
told you all about this?
Oh yeah, I asked. Oh, they had the cutest first date because social distancing and everything. They had a drive-in crawfish date, and he brought a table, set up between two parking lot spots. They got the food to go and set it up on the table with flowers and everything. Now, she started dating someone who put in no effort at all. I would have felt a little bit hurt, but he seems like a great person.
Wow. Well, that's very mature of you, James. Props to you.
Shook right
Definitely.
now.
Yeah, definitely not
Thanks.
everyone would feel that way.
No, I trust his judgment. But also, she trusts mine. So when I was breaking up with her, I was like, blah, 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 blah. I know if I started dating someone who wasn't good for me, he would say something, and vice versa. I would do the same thing. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really sweet. We talked to him because Paula and Jennifer came back for graduation. We FaceTime, we got to say hi. He seems like a really sweet guy.
Oh.
So you met him?
Via
Over
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
You met him via FaceTime.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that you have overall positive feelings about the experience.
No, she's still my friend. It's not like I'm going to say, I was like, oh, don't share my feelings. I'll leave my life.
That's nice. That's nice though that like you're able to stay friends with her. Because, I mean, it definitely could have worked out not that way. Unlike some people I know, but that's another story.
Wait, what are you referring to?
That's another story.
Wait, is she referring
What
to one
is
of
the
you
other?
or one of
What
me?
is the other story?
She's not referring to us, I don't think.
No, long
Definitely not me.
Definitely not me.
long story short,
She referring to me?
no, not you. Just like long story short, like you have one or two guy friends who like start dating someone and then they just completely eradicate you from their life. That's been my experience a few times. Oh yeah, thanks, James. And now that like you graduated and stuff,
Oh, shoot, yeah.
I'll call you up more.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah. Okay, James. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. It was an absolute blast having me here. And thanks for existing to ask me questions. It was a fun time.
Yay.
I would do it again. I can think of more stories.
Awesome.
How would you feel about a guy calling your parents before asking you out on a date?
Okay, so I know when James was telling this story, I did the whole like, aw, like so cute, but in my head I was like, what the heck? It's a little weird.
I would personally hate it. I would be like, no, you have to come through me before you start talking to my parents.
But honestly, the fact that he has the mom's number.
Yeah,
how did he get the mom's number?
The relationship was like on another level already since he spent a week with
Yeah,
her.
I mean, I guess, you spend a week with a family, like, I guess they must be like, oh, here's my number in case, like, you need anything. But
I don't
wow.
know. Even then, I would say no just because he asked my mom before he asked me.
Interesting. I don't know if I'd say no. Like I don't think it's like I don't think that's like something that I would. It's not like a super red flag for me or anything. But it's a little up there. It's a little up there.
Yeah,
a little
like,
weird.
What are you going to be telling my mom, though? Like, are you going to have weekly phone calls with her?
Hey, so I just had an argument with your daughter.
Can you tell her something?
Yeah. I definitely would not like that.
No, like, this isn't an engagement. Like, you're not asking
Good point.
the father
exactly.
in marriage.
Except I do know, I even know a few girls who said that oh, a guy shouldn't have to ask for the hand in marriage like before an engagement, which I agree with. You don't have to, but yeah, especially just for like dating, like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you even have that conversation with her.
He definitely treated it as an engagement, though. Like,
Went
those
from 0 to
engagement vibes
100.
right there. It was like all or nothing.
Yeah. Like included the family in it right away. But I don't know. I probably just wouldn't have a guy I'm talking to introduced to my parents before we're even dating.
Yeah, good point.
So
good
that
point.
just wouldn't come up in my situations at all.
Yeah, for me neither.
She invited this guy to her house. Like, what do you think? Is that friends vibes here? It's a little weird to me. I don't know.
Personally, I would probably not invite a guy friend to my house.
Right?
When it's that long distance and to spend time with my family.
Right? Yeah, it's spring break.
Definitely not.
Like, I don't care who the guy is. I'm not gonna have some random dude living in my house for a week and he's not even my boyfriend. Like, what?
Yeah.
And hanging out with my parents,
Talking
my family,
to your parents.
my childhood home, my childhood hometown.
Like, I love my guy friends to death, but I would get sick of them after day one. I'd be like, no, go somewhere. Like,
I feel like even if a guy invited me to spend time with his family for
like, what the heck?
I would like see past like, oh, it's not just like a friendship thing. Like, this is kind of a test if this relationship could work.
Like, it is. It really is. It's like a week-long test. Like, let's take this to the next level. But it's crazy because they're not even dating. Like for couples,
they didn't have that conversation yet.
Like, for couples that are dating, that's like a big step. Like, meeting the family, living in the parents' house. Like,
yeah. Like, what if the parents didn't like him right away? Like, what would happen then?
Yeah, just like, no, I don't want this man in my house.
But I feel like that's kind of awkward because, like, okay, if her parents didn't like him, then the relationship's not going to go anywhere. But obviously her mom likes him and they get along, and then nothing came of that. So that's even more awkward because you introduce this man to your family,
now he
and
just
then it's
knows
like,
them.
oh, we're just friends.
I know. Now he's just gonna want to, it's like, what, you can break up with the guy, but you don't break up with the parents or something like that.
Yeah, then the mom's like, okay, but this kid is like calling me and asking if he'll still get dinner when he comes over.
Yeah.
I know. Like, oh my gosh, it's a hot mess. A hot mess.
Yeah, I don't blame him for thinking that there was more there than actually.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I don't.
That's like what I would think of if somebody just invited me out of the blue, like
to their house.
Yeah, but all right, we're stepping it up. Like, you want your family to approve of me, so I guess I'm gonna go take the test.
Yeah. And he passed it.
Right? So he thought.
And they talked about relationships. Like, I don't know, do you talk with a random guy friend about relationships like that in depth?
No,
I don't think
definitely
so. Not on that scale.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes me... Okay, maybe she did see something happening between them, but then they spent that week in Houston in her house, and he didn't make a move. If a guy didn't make a move, like, throughout the entire week, I'd be like, okay, so I'm disgusting to you.
Like, he's in your house.
I don't care if they're in her house.
Okay. Yeah. Can I just say, cuddling with our guy friends on the couch, what do we think? It's an ambiguous situation. It is.
Okay. It's ambiguous if you're, like, I don't know, on the same college campus or something, but not when the girl invites you over from across the country to spend a week with her and her family.
Okay, yeah. Because not gonna lie, I love my guy friends. I'm just a very affectionate, like, touchy-feely person. Like, I love cuddling with my guy friends. Like, not like in a weird way. I don't know.
I can't relate.
I don't think I've ever cuddled with a guy friend. If I give a hug, I'm like, oh my god, not too long, because I think we're dating.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I was like the classic one hand hug.
Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I'm just different here. But okay, no, but definitely, yeah, in your house when you invited him for a week, that's weird. That's a lot.
And he had feelings for her. So even if she had feelings for him and he didn't make that move during that week while they were cuddled up on an L-shaped couch watching Love is Blind, talking about relationships, he's petting her hair, she's cuddling up to him, and he doesn't make a move.
Oh my gosh.
I would be like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
We're officially just friends from this point forward.
You know, the window is closed. The window has closed.
Is there such a thing as a window? Like when it comes to guy friends? I guess the friend zone.
Oh, I don't think so, but that's just me. I don't think the window's ever actually closed. I mean, for some, like, I want to talk because there's definitely friends like that, but I don't have like a due date or nothing.
No, I agree with that. I feel like as long as you are friends with the guy friend, the window's open. The only time it closes is if you guys aren't friends anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
True.
Like, but then again, like, am I thinking of my guy friends and I'm like, hey, you could still get it? Like, I don't think about that. I don't think about that with any of them, and I hope none of them think that. But I'm just saying, you know, it's not like I'm like, oh, well, you passed the 1 month deadline, so you cannot. But in his case, come on, it's not looking good for him.
I feel like there was a moment, like there was a time for that to happen, and he missed it. He missed the opportunity. He dropped the ball on that one.
He definitely dropped the ball on that one.
I think so too. That was his opportunity if he wanted it to go anywhere.
Yep.
What was... Oh, and they were looking at places for him to apply in Houston.
So she's looking for places for the man to apply by her house.
In her hometown. After she invited him to spend a week with her family.
What? This is
and he's not supposed to like have a feeling there.
This is clearly not 100% platonic.
Yeah, this is clearly her way of slowly inviting him into her life by having him get a job in her childhood.
Next step.
Right? I think that was.
And then like he's not supposed to move forward with that little tidbit. If somebody literally just told me to apply a job, like look for a job where they live, I would be like, oh my god, they clearly want me in their lives. Let me just keep going.
Like you're planning a future together almost.
I think, well, obviously James was 100% in the right?
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
I mean, once the girl's drunk, like...
No,
like, all bets are... Like, no, you can't do anything. No matter how much you like her, like, that's not the time to, like, start talking about feelings or any of that.
Yep, James is not getting canceled today.
Not today.
Not canceling. Not today.
He made the right move there.
100%.
And I feel like she was for sure leading him on just by acting like that. Like, even when you're drunk, you know what you're doing.
You know.
She literally jumped into his arms and, like, had him touch her. Like,
yeah. And asked him to sleep in her bed. Like, she...
Several times. But yeah, James... Good job.
That was a good move. Yeah, very classy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was the designated driver, too. Like, that's a big thing.
Yeah, big commitment.
I wouldn't be able to do that, not personally.
No.
Okay, she actually had the audacity to say, who's that? When he's like, I have feelings for someone.
When he says, I have feelings for someone after visiting her in Houston and talking on the phone with her every single day. And they talked about relationships, too. She would know if he had, like, somebody else on the...
110%. Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh, who could it be?
Who could it be? What? No,
like,
definitely no.
Like, is she doing it on purpose? Because she's like, oh, I don't know how else to respond. And I'm trying to, like bring it down and not make it a thing. Be like, who could
bring
it be?
It down a notch.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
To be
just
like,
to make it less awkward.
warning, I'm not interested.
Exactly, like, you better pick another name out the hat.
Because it sure ain't me. Yeah. No, I mean, I think we've all been there, right? When a guy's, like, kind of talking about us, and then we're like, no.
Like, how do you respond in a situation like that?
Yeah, it's weird.
Especially, like, it's a little bit easier when it's out of the blue, I guess. Some random guy's just like, oh, we were hanging out a little bit, and then he's like, oh, I think I might have feelings for you, and you could just say, I see you more as a friend. But she literally invited him to Houston to spend time with him.
Such a built-upon relationship at this
Yeah, so it's not the same
Yeah.
kind of rejection there.
No, she like, had no excuse. Like, she invited him. Like, they hung out like this. She tried finding a job for him. They watched romantic movies together. So, like, how else is she going to get out of this?
Like,
And they continued contact.
Like,
afterwards.
not gonna lie, every time I have, like, a really close guy friend, I feel like this is every girl. You always gotta have, like, a backup. Like, what do I do if they pull the whole...
Then you have to be like, this is the reason it does not work.
Yeah! Like, literally, I have those ready in the back of my head. Because you don't know what a guy's gonna tell you. But the fact that she's just like, what? Really?
No way!
Like, come on. You should have had a little speech prepared at this point. You invited the guy to your house. You cuddled together. You looked up job searches in your area.
And he called her mom, and they live in the same house. So, like, right after that phone call, her mom was probably like, heads up, he's going to ask you out. So
honestly,
she definitely knew beforehand.
Come on. Like, moms do not keep those types of secrets to themselves.
She definitely ran to her.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, like, how did it, like, my only thing is, how does she still not have an excuse prepared when her mom definitely told her?
You gotta write up a speech. You gotta write up a little speech in your head, like, I love you. This is hard for me, but I can't. You know?
Like, over this past week, I noticed that we weren't compatible, like, because of this. Whatever.
Exactly.
Anything.
Literally. You gotta come up with a reason. That's you owe the person, you know?
I feel like in usual circumstances, you don't owe the person, because you could just be like, no, I'm not interested. But
she invited him.
There's so many signs there.
I feel so bad for this man. He started off spending the week with her family, cuddling on the couch, having life conversations, and now she downloads Hinge after, like, the first try, ends up with this guy, dates him for a month, he talks to him over FaceTime. What?
And he has nothing but compliments. Nothing but good things to say about this man.
I'd be salty as hell. I do not care.
Yeah.
I do not care.
And it was, like, the next day. It's like after he said,
she's like, I met someone.
Why didn't she use that as an excuse?
True. That honestly might have been
after that, or
that honestly might have. It might have been the real reason. That might have been the real reason that there was, like, another guy, and she
could have said it though.
One over the other. Yeah, I feel like girls definitely. I feel like there's a lot of times girls don't know, but I feel like a lot of times they kind of should be a bit more explicit, because they're not. Like, when they're giving their explanations, like, they're just not very good ones. They're very, like, filled with, like, fluff and not actual reasons.
Yeah.
But, wow.
And girls definitely do this thing where we have, like, a little bit of a roster going. So you just have, like, guys in different.
Oh my gosh. Are we going to start that? Okay, I don't. I'm definitely those people who's, like, very loyal when they do not need to be loyal, and they should not be loyal.
But, like, if all you're doing is talking to them, you guys are just friends.
I'm very loyal in the talking stage. And that's bad, and I shouldn't.
Not even, like, talking.
Okay, I'm very loyal. I'm very loyal in the just friends talking stage.
You have multiple friends, though.
But you know what I mean? Whenever there's, like, that guy that you're, like, kind of cutesy with, like, I'm very loyal to that guy, and I shouldn't be.
No, you have to keep your options open. 'Cause that's what he's doing. He's keeping his options open for sure.
She definitely was
Mhm.
keeping her options open.
And that she proved the point. She had a roster going, and then she had his CrossFit guy, and she took him over James.
When you're like talking with a guy, do you ever decide at the very beginning, like, no, I don't want to be with this man, or is it like more of a later on in the process type of ordeal?
I feel like I definitely have a certain sort of like checklist that kind of goes. But like I usually figure that out within like the first 5-10 minutes of like meeting the person, and then I decide yes or no.
I wouldn't say in the first 5 to 10 minutes, but I would say closer to the beginning, like definitely in the first few weeks rather
I
than
would say
later.
like first impression, like first 5 to 10 minutes, I know whether it's a no or potentially something more. Like if it's like a
Interesting.
complete no right at the beginning, it's not going to change. Like I don't see it
Interesting. Yeah.
changing because there's a reason that I had that no in the first place. There was something that just stood out to me that it's a complete no.
So I'm different, but like for me, I guess like I'm just never really like actively looking. Like I don't meet a guy and I'm like, could I go out with you? Like I'm not really like that, which is like really weird. I'm just very positive. It's more so like I notice something like later, but I'm never like a yes no. Like I feel like I'm just very like chill about it. Like I'm not really thinking like could I end up with this person, could I not? It's more so like, hey, this person kind of interests me, but not so much like, oh, like not at all. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. But that's like considering just guy friends though, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you like meet somebody on a dating website or
Like
like
at the
a
club.
bar. Yeah.
Yeah, at the club it's like first 2 seconds, no, get out of
And
my
then you
face.
just know it's like a no. I mean, if it's a friend, I feel like it's completely different depending on the situation.
Yeah, friends it's completely different. It's 10 times more complicated.
Because you're growing with them over time, so anything could
Exactly.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of know the front, you have background information.
But you definitely do have that prepared in your head, like, what would I say if they ask me? And that's when you decide, like, yeah, it's hard for me. Like, this person's, like, really sweet, like, super wholesome. Like, I wish more guys were like them, but at the end of the day, for, like, whatever specific reason, like, you gotta go with the no.
Yeah.
But I have it ready. Like,
It's
I know
always
what I would tell them. Yeah. So, poor James.
I feel
I'm just like wondering, like, did she tell him about the Hinge guy because she wanted to be like, I have a guy, back off, or is she like
just casually
friend,
telling him,
or they're just
telling him?
friends, yeah, and just having that conversation. I feel like so soon after they have like that little DTR talk, it was like purposeful.
I think it was purposeful just because of the timing.
Yeah. It's not just like a casual conversation you have after that type of talk.
Yep. I agree.
She like handled it so well, though.
I can say that I don't like how he handled it because he didn't give himself enough credit. He allowed her to make him feel bad for her not wanting him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because she was crying, he's like, I'm just going to say it for you. You don't have to say anything. I already know where this is going. But, like, that should have come out of her mouth. Like, she should be the one doing the explaining, not you.
Yeah, 100. Poor James, man.
She was, like, so unfair to him. Like, that was a roller coaster right
Pour
there.
one out for another fallen soldier. Honestly.
It was like, just
like
when you
press
don't.
F for fallen soldier.
Yeah, honestly.
RIP.
Thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Single Girls Chat. And if you want to be on the show or have any questions for us, make sure to DM us.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Also, I just wanted to give a very special thank you to Jess Abbott for letting us use music in our podcast from her band Tancred. I love her music for all of my moods, when I'm feeling happy, when I'm feeling alone, and especially when I'm feeling empowered. Go listen to Tancred's music on Spotify and all other major streaming platforms now.